Welcome to my channel. It's absolutely brimming with information. Like and subscribe.
So here's what I think, yeah. I think that the economic status in the UK is shocking. I'm sick of litter and pie costing £10.99 for a really small portion. It's ridiculous. It's beyond a joke. It's proper pathetic, like, and I don't really think the British people should stand for it. I think the number one issue of the increase in prices is quite obviously the fact that we've been threatened many times that they're going to take the jewels away from the crown. Now them jewels is ours. We took them fair and square a few years back. You know, we won a couple of wars, the world got really angry and we were England. Everyone else is upset, it's their fault. I'm not really too bothered, yeah. Now, the problem is if you look at like the graphs and that, you can proper see that there's like, what's it called? There's a Lincolnshire where like they like touch each other at a point. Do you know what I mean? So like you've got money on this side up here, and then you've got immigrants down here, and like the more that number goes up, the less of the money we've got. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So like my problem with it is when I just sit here, like I'm sitting here right now, I'm in my flat, and like, you know, I can afford the necessities. I can afford, you know, some food, bit of fruit from the shop. I've got my baccy, I've got my Xbox One. Like, what else could I want? And like I sit here and like I'm like, there's these other people, and like, don't get me wrong, I get that they work, and like they worked for years to get a degree in that, and like they're doing all these like little jobs, you know, these little, like, what is it, like you got the bin man who is taking out the bins. Then you've got like, you know, your pathetic little, oh man, I'm an art surgeon and like I open up parts, so therefore, you know, you must give me £1,950 a month, and like it's 1984, and I just think it's ridiculous. I personally think that if we were to pay surgeons less money, that the people would be much better off. That's just how it is. I've done the research and I've done the maths, and I've seen that everyone would be better and taxes would be really low. That's just a fact. So I was walking about in town, and it proper made me sad when I saw this. I'm walking through the street, and like, you know, you got your usual typical homeless, crackheads, smackheads, whatever, you know. Sometimes a smackhead tries talking to you, you tell him fuck off. And I saw this geezer, and it devastated me to no end. He was wearing an Arsenal shirt, and I was sitting there and I was going, oh man, he was one of us, he was one of the boys. Like, how could his life get to such a point that a fellow Canaanite is just out on the street and people treat him like he is nothing, like he is a piece of shit? But that man watched the same games as you, and I don't think that people understand that. Like, you know, when I was watching Arsenal versus Peckham back in 1985, he was watching the exact same game, and it made me think, and like I realised that we are all actually human, like all of us in our own little ways. We as a human, and like we all come from like God, or we evolved from some snake creature, and like here we are, and we all sit here and we go, oh man, now he's gonna have like a little bubble at you because you took my parking space. But in reality, you're actually having a go at your brother. you know what I mean? You're actually having a go at a fellow man. And when it comes to it, I honestly feel that if we was all to come together and have like a revolution or something, because we all need to have a kick off at the government, you know, maybe destroy some council property, like a couple of bus stops. We could take a couple of disabled parking badges to help people, like my neighbour who is, you know, she's quite fat. It's not her fault, it's genetics. I was thinking that if we do all this and that, maybe the government will like sit down, reflect upon themselves, and they'll say, yo, we've actually done wrong. I honestly feel people like Keir Starmer and them, they'll like sit and think and they'll go, rotted, we have fucked the entire country. And then I feel they'll help the people, and I think once they start helping the people, they'll like bump up PIP and, you know, unemployment, because some people cannot work because they've got like really bad anxiety, or like, you know, some people, you know, they're just not in the mood to work because some bad things has happened, or they took a couple of bad macro dots the night before and like they've woken up, thought they could go to work, and like they're still seeing like stars and sprinkles and that on the walls. That's not their fault, and they should be allowed to have a compensated day off. I think if we get this, I think that would help the entire country in terms of money and that. We'd have like bare loads of cash, and we could put bare cash back into the system. And, you know, like you put your money into Tesco or Asda or Aldi or something, eventually it goes back to tax. Do you know what I mean? So like, it's not like the money just disappears or something like that. The money exists, the money is still there, you get me? So it will all return, and it will like trickle back up and then come back down to us, and it will like be self-sustaining. So I don't actually get why we just ain't doing that, and I think it's quite stupid that we ain't. Do you know what I mean? So like, honestly, I would like to say thank you for listening to everything I've got to say, because honestly I feel like I could make a massive difference, like a huge difference in like, you know, the realmscape of like music and like politics. I could do like a little bit of Buster move. Man did some street dance courses when he was bare young. I think I's gonna pursue a career in politics against Keir Starmer, and I think I'm gonna win next year's election, because sorry, but I've been thinking about it and I've got like bare ideas in my brain box and that, you get me? So I could blow all of these people out the water. Yo, I'd like to apologise. You might hear a little bit of rain. Basically my roof fell through me flat, so man's had to replace it with a little bit of metal panelling so the landlord doesn't find out. I'd like to thank all you man for watching this video. I feel a little bit rude in it, so basically what this channel is about is, you know, long story short, I'm like a really intelligent geezer. You know, my whole life I have worked on like looking into things and like, you know, doing all my due diligence and like proper like looking into things that most people sit there and like they don't see the point in looking them up. I am that guy who looks them up, you get me? So like, you could ask me any question and I will come back to you in, you know, anywhere from 0 to 20 business days. So like, as I say, I've made this channel just to like spread my intelligence and like let people, you know, gather some information off of someone like me who can actually like explain in a way that bare people can understand, you get me? So again, thank you for watching. Fuck off now.